Welcome in, guys. Crazy, agonizing, stress-inducing series, but it's finally over. Yes, the Boston Celtics have went over the Milwaukee Bucks in 7 games, and it took a outstanding performance from the bench. Grant Williams, 27 points to lead the game. Peyton Pritchard coming off and providing a spark. Of course, you can't forget Jayson Tatum's amazing 46-point Game 6 performance, even got us to a Game 7. Grant took over, and Grant started so slow, 0 for 4 from three-point range. In fact, the fact the Celtics were taking 55 shot attempts from three definitely made me nervous. And anytime Daniel Theis and Derek White are hawking up threes, you don't feel very good about it as a C's fan. But no, they came through. They came through when it mattered and ran away with this victory. I mean, you held Milwaukee to 81 points in a Game 7. You mostly contained Giannis, a guy who was averaging 40 points the last 4 games of the series. You mostly contained him. He was missing some wide open layups. He was clearly bothered by Grant and Horford, and anyone who switched on him was giving him difficult shot attempts every step of the way. Drew Holiday was underperforming. This was just a great all-around defensive effort for the Celtics, which is something you can basically say about them since January. They provide you consistently great defensive efforts. And I think the thing about this series, when I look at it, Milwaukee only had really one good win. I guess any win is good, but one good win. And what I mean by that is Game 1, obviously they won by double digits, but it took the worst Jaylen Brown game I think I've ever seen. Too many turnovers, irrelevant beyond the arc. That was Jaylen Brown's Game 1. Rebounded nicely, put that hamstring injury very early on behind him. And then you look at the Game 3 and the Game 5 that Milwaukee won, that painful Game 5 where the Celtics blew that 14-point lead. It came down to missed opportunities on the free throw line off of missed offensive rebounds. Marcus Smart obviously missed the layup. Al Horford made it, but after the buzzer. And then Game 5, the fact that Marcus Smart and Jaylen Brown crash into each other and Bobby Portis is just able to sneak up behind them and put it in. That's what it took for the Milwaukee Bucks to win the series. I know a lot of people are going to focus on the fact Chris Middleton wasn't there, but that's why it's so hard to be a repeat champion. That's why the Bucks couldn't be a repeat champion. Given the struggles they were having against the Celtics in general, and Middleton's not the best defender, I think the Celtics still will win over them in 7. I am confident in making that statement. I think the C's would still advance. By the way, for the Boston Celtics, you have to appreciate the mentality that they weren't going to take any breaks towards the end of the season to avoid opponents, because they said, okay, Brooklyn Nets, let's do it. 4-game sweep out of the way. So you took out the 2022 on paper champion, and then you took out the 2021 defending champion because the Bucks forfeited the right to home court advantage in the semifinals by folding down the stretch, and you won Game 7 at home. That has to feel really good for Ime Udoka and this team's philosophy of we fear no one, because they're going to need that against the Miami Heat, because a team that's well coached, fundamental, like the Heat, also doesn't fear anyone. They didn't fear you a couple years ago in the bubble. We get a rematch of that Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics went in as the favorites, and the Miami Heat stole one. Of course, I'm going to get flooded with images in my inbox of the Bam Adebayo blog on Jayson Tatum. It was a phenomenal play, and I think that's going to be burned into Jayson Tatum's mind just as much as it's burned into my mind. If you want to see my thoughts, if you want to see our thoughts on that series, you're gonna have to watch the next video. That's the rule. You gotta watch our series preview video. This is just my reaction to the Celtics doing something that many doubt, especially after that Game 5, them beating the Milwaukee Bucks. The Celtics fear no opponent, they fear no individual player, and they certainly don't fear the deer. Anyway, guys, leave a like on my video. Come on, do it. Helps out a ton. Celtics fans, come on, drop some shamrocks, drop some 4-leaf clovers in the comments. Let's make that comment section green. And of course, subscribe to the channel. Come on. If you're a Celtics fan, you know I'm here to give that shameless bias. From Juju Talk Sports, stay safe, happy, and healthy. I'll see you on the next one.